These steps at least require two additional steps: localization and some additional development part. I'll talk some words talking about development parts. Then marketing steps, phase of analysis, and walk over your errors. Then at least customer support parts. As I may refer to my brands, Helicopter Simulator, it's a real-time multiplayer game. It requires some server-side background, I mean real-time game servers. And some players have some technical issues, some not, but customer support department is required to follow the success story. On a third step, when we use R&D China market, we see that common steps when a development studio publish the game only on Android market, such as Google Play or iOS, it's not enough to fulfill players on the China market because of some good story which is known on China. You know about Great Firewall. Great Firewall means that some usual systems are not work in China, such as billing system, credit card, Facebook. You know it's working for you, but it doesn't work for China. Our small experience for last 3 years show us some key facts that China market have great potential, and the majority of downloads is West titles, West brands. Might be some clones, but it's basically were produced in West. China people usually use only freemium model. They downloads only free version, 99%. With comparing with the West mentality, China people, when they making in-app purchase, they brag about it. They proud to show the benefit. But West mind people, usually when they making some in-apps, they do not show these benefits to your friends, to some other community, because they want to show that they're skilled enough to get some benefit from others. The most popular genre in China is massive multiplayer online. It's bring the most revenue for full year. The next key fact is the Asian market is very fragmented market. Several hundreds Android-based stores. Everyone with special nuances. And because of a huge population in China and because of some progressive tendency, they selling a lot of devices, they play games. Chinese and Korean and Japan, they're gamblers. They very like to gamble, and you know that gambling is prohibited in most countries. You know that government even makes some regulation, and they open some special zone like Las Vegas, some special islands to gamble on it. In spite of 100 app stores, there are only about 20 major players in China. Why I said 20 and show you only 10? The most popular of it have active playing auditory per month is about 400 million people per month. Number 10 has only 100 million per month. Other, number 20 have 6. But first 10 is the big players, really big players. How does the Chinese people, or how does the Chinese players paid content inside the application? They are unable to pay via credit card. They are unable to play via Google Play, via iOS credits. But they're using special service card which are published by mobile operator. It's named such as service card, prepaid card, but they have a special Chinese payment system or billing system, Alipay, Unipay and Tenpay. Each of these systems is a unique development which are government regulated. There are no big business in China without relation with government. And the second scheme show you the amount of transaction made via every system. Alipay is the most successful and the most used system in China. From the developer perspective of view, very interesting facts. How does the publishing or store system share the revenue with it? Google Play and iOS usually make some standards, something like 30 by 70. It's okay. But when you see China market, they start from 30 and finish by 90% from revenue share. And we even do not consider the tax hit from the government for the rest of these shares. The most popular steps before you get some revenue is marketing. And publishing on some app stores is not enough to gain some success, and you need to use special efforts to gain these users, to get these players, and you have to use additional service from the store, such as QQ. It's a special networking messengers, which pretty similar to the Facebook, which pretty similar to Google Play and iOS. Social networking, social entertainments. It has a lot of benefits and it has a lot of nuances. And the major nuances is that China marketing is available only for China citizenship. You're unable to find how do they think. And the working strategy on a West market doesn't work with China. What does it mean, Great Firewall? Once again, every from the billing platform will require, before they get a new billing certificate, will require 3 years success history from you. It means newborn company is unable to get money or collect money from the players. You have at least live for 3 years, or you have to join to some successful neither-born company. The next one is the Due to fraud limitation, due to some limitation from other country, all of post-USSR country shareholders, all of post-USSR country citizens are limited in opening bank account. It's simply prohibited. You know, have had a lot of intellectual property issues. China is famous with their piracy. If they like something, they simply will repeat or redevelop something or clone it. And you may even do not know about this. If you have some developments that require server-side, you have only 3 monopolists from the internet point of view. And these 3 monopolists will dictate their own rules, and you again meet requirements of 3-year financial history, either irregular high price. Irregular high price, it means that you may rent, for example, dedicated server, upper level dedicated server from Amazon, upper level dedicated server from Microsoft or whatever you want provider, and it might cost you up to $5,000, but China will double it, will 10 times it price, and you cannot borrow it. Because of, they said, this is a rule, you are foreigner. We are doing what we are thinking. Other what, from the first slide, you've seen that there are a lot of manufacturers, such as Samsung, Xiaomi, HTC, Sony. And a good thing that if you are able to make a deal with a hardware producer to make some pre-install, I mean, when you customer will buy the Samsung device, either Xiaomi device, and the application is already pre-installed in this device, it might be good from the developer perspective. But our experience shows that it has a very low ROI. I mean, people who have this application will not buy anything inside this application. It's for free for them. They simply, if it's easy, they will not appreciate it. Our statistics in Asian markets show us very interesting facts. The most gambling and most appreciable auditory with the high technical parts is Korea. You understand, it's South Korea. When we run our title without any marketing, and people who know us start and download it, and we immediately, I mean in 1, 2, 3 days, get in top 10. I may further explain you what does this scheme mean if it's not clear, because of its simply statistics shown what rank application gain from defined country. But this picture simply shows that some application, even without marketing, might gain some top ranks without user acquisition for cash. The main idea is that Asian market is a very expectable market. They appreciate everything you bring to them, and in spite of getting afraid of some pain, you have to publish or self-publish the application and see what happened. The next step will be that major players will notify you and contact with you. The most of a strong West company just trying to make a bridge between West and East parts, and they're trying to establish local presentation, local business marketing companies that will help their titles to achieve Asian market. This is very good step, but it's again type oriented. If somebody have some knowledge about how to market arcade game, how to market utilities, it's unique experience, but it's completely different from the experience from how to market simulation, how to market sport game. It's absolutely different, and it means that there is no similar way, there is no one right way how to find the success. And I may advise everybody just not to afraid it and just get to try it. As we usually said, you have first to try and then to fly. These key facts just have to bring you ideas that the Asian market have some potential for everybody, and have to rush you that your products or products you'll be involved with might be interested for China players, might be interesting for all Asian markets. As I said, Asian markets very appreciate games. They're very gambler people. Just as a key facts, 2 years ago, South Korea make special government regulation for amount of money user able to spend inside the game, and they make a top range up to $200 per application. It means that there is a lot of people who spent much more previous years. And when, for example, last year we've had about news that small kid spent 1,000 euro in a game without permission from his parents, and Apple company were so kind that they returned this money to the parent, but nobody said that they just take this money off from the developers. And Korean is so strict that such cases were not ruled at all. If you spend money, you spend money. If you get money, nobody will take it off. I'm ready for your questions.